What's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Tuesday, April 27th. And let's just take a step back. I mean, it's Tuesday. It's a great day. And where I live, that means it's garbage pickup day. So you put your garbage on the side of the road and they'll come and pick it up. Same for your recyclables, which is why we're preaching recycling. It's very important for the environment. But earlier, right before this video, I had a lot of garbage to bring out. You know, I had my normal groceries, food that I ate. But I also had yesterday's full slate. Yesterday was terrible, 3 and 6 on the day, no hiding from it. And then I had 3 to 4 bags of Paul George. Yeah, we're talking about you, Pandemic P. Over 29.5 points. Nah, best I can do is 9 points on 11 shots. I guess the pressure got to him. I guess the whole Calling Our Shot community being on him, he said, nah, I'm taking the night off. Here's a list of players with more points than Paul George last night. Drew Eubanks, Anthony Gill, Robert Franks, Paul Reed, Georges Niang. I just named 5 players that a casual NBA fan doesn't know who the heck they are, and I can't blame them. All those people are they're pretty bad, and they all scored more points than Paul George last night. Rant over for PG. Speaking of Robert Franks, Orlando Magic. What was that? We have the first half under 50.5 points. Magic scored 16 points in the first quarter. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Get a free winner. 40 points in the second quarter. Thanks for no defense, Lakers. They hit the over. What can I say there? And they cashed their game total with a garbage Cole Anthony three-pointer at the buzzer. Speaking of garbage, I had a couple bags of Utah Jazz to take out tonight. What was that? I picked the Jazz team total, or the Jazz and the Timberwolves over. Nah, Jazz shoots 39% from the field. Lose again to the Timberwolves, who apparently are the best team in the NBA. And is that bad? You're talking 16 of 57 from three-pointer, 29%. They needed a guy to shoot 29% from three. Just hit a brother up, and I'll be right out there. I can do that. And then our other couple L's, Bogdanovich, I can't be mad at him. I mean, he shot 19 times, 7 of 19. Not much you can do there. All we needed was 21 points off shooting night. Speaking of trash, Jared Allen, I guess I should have asked for that one. And Jokic is our last L. Jokic would have hit his over, but he didn't play in the fourth quarter. Guess the Grizzlies didn't really feel like showing up. Whatever. Our 3 winners, we had not Drew Eubanks, God no. We had Derrick Rose, we had MPJ, he hit that easily, and I added Pelicans +2 in the Discord and in the comment section of the YouTube video yesterday. Got 3 winners, 3 and 6, no way around that. Rant over. Let's get into today's picks, and we got a lot of them. I'm going to start off with Malcolm Brogdon, over 36.5 PRAs, now up to 37.5. Wouldn't be surprised to see 38.5 soon. I mean, I've been staring at this play the last couple days, and I'm finally pulling the trigger. You look at it, Domantas Sabonis, and Miles Turner both inactive tonight, and you got the last 3 games for Brogdon. 41 PRAs versus Orlando, 38 PRAs versus Detroit, and 51 PRAs versus OKC. Tonight, you get a very, very good matchup against the Blazers, and we've been absolutely feasting on the Blazers, but when we picked Ja Morant a couple nights ago, 2 times in a row, and I think I think Brogdon does it again. You got the Blazers give up the 3rd most points per game, the most rebounds per game, and the 5th most assists per game to opposing guards on the season. Come on, Brogdon. I know betting on him will probably give us like 20 combined points, rebounds, assists, but I think he's got this easily in the bag. You talk about the last time these 2 teams played, that would be the Blazers and the Pacers. Brogdon went up for 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 37 PRAs, so he cashed my 36.5 ticket, and that was with Sabonis and Turner. Both of those guys are out tonight. High usage rate for him. I also like his points total. We'll just do PRAs to be safe. Lock it in. Moving on, Draymond Green, over 18.5 rebounds and assists. Someone was talking in Discord, got it at 16.5. You got free money, my friend. Also, I'd like it at 19.5, but I personally have it at 18.5 rebounds and assists. If you don't have that combined line, take 9.5 assists. He's been absolutely on a tear. Past 2 games, 2 straight double-doubles, no points. Yeah, you heard that right. You had 2 and 8 points in the past 2 games, but you talk about it, 14 rebounds and 14 rebounds and 13 assists against the Kings, 27 rebounds and assists combined, and then 12 rebounds, 19 assists, 31 combined against the Nuggets. If my math is correct, he destroyed this over. And you look at it, the last 2 times they played the Mavericks earlier this season, 6 rebounds and 15 assists in both games. That's 21 combined. Warriors are in need of wins. I mean, you're talking about this is a big outing. There's a reason Draymond's turned it on the last 2 games. That's because they know these are must-win games. Expect it to be another must-win game tonight against the Mavericks, who they're more or less pretty close to in the standings. I'd lock it in. Draymond Green over 14 or 18.5 rebounds and assists. If you don't have rebounds and assists, do his assist line. You won't regret it. Giannis Antetokounmpo. We banked on this line a couple nights ago. We're back for more. Over 11.5 rebounds. Giannis back to his rebounding ways of last year, 14 plus rebounds in 3 straight games, and he's feasted on the Hornets in previous matchups. You talk about the earlier matchup on January 30th, 18 rebounds. What about before then? 20 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 9. 9 was when they won by 40 plus, which I guess is potential tonight, but I don't think they will. 13, 14, 14, 18. I mean, those are his rebounding numbers against the Hornets in the last couple of years. And he's cashed it in 7 of his last 8 games. The one miss, like I talked about, he only played, I believe, 20 minutes in that game. I believe that was the game that the Bucks were up by 40. That might have been the London game, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, we're getting Greek freaky tonight. No pause. We're moving on. Now we got a couple leans, and these are just 2 leans because they're in the... When I say a lean, it just means I don't know what the line is, and that will be the case for 2 Rockets players and 1 Pascal Siakam. We're talking about Kevin Porter Jr. I believe he's active tonight. I don't know how many minutes he's going to play, but I would like his assist line over 6.5 assists or maybe 7.5 assists. I don't know if we'll get a line for him because I don't know if Vegas or the sportsbooks expects him to play. But if he does play and he plays a lot of minutes, you got to look at it. John Wall is out for the season, and the ball should be in KPJ's hands early and often. In 11 career games with Houston without John Wall, he's had 7 plus assists in 9 of those 11 games and 8 plus assists in only 6 of 11. I like it much better at 6.5. It might be less than that, and if it is, I might stay away because that might be an indicator that he's not going to play a lot of minutes. Timberwolves have given up 10 plus assists per game to opposing point guards over the last 30 games, second most in the league. I like KPJ mostly at 6.5. As for his teammate, Christian Wood, I take his over up to 22.5 points. Don't have a line for him, but I take it up to 22.5. That is the highest I would take it. He's hit that in 3 straight games without John Wall. He's had, they believe, 23 plus points in 3 straight games. And the last time these 2 teams played, Timberwolves and Rockets, John Wall attempted 25 shots, and still Christian Wood only shot 16 times, but he still hit the over. You look at it in games that Christian Wood has shot 18 plus times, which I hope he gets that tonight, and he should. He's hit this over 22.5 points. That is my made-up line in 9 of those 11 games. On the season, the Timberwolves give up 25 points per game to opposing centers. Their numbers are down in terms of giving up points per game to opposing centers over the last 15, 30 games. That's because they haven't played any real centers. They played Hassan Whiteside a couple times. I'm not worried about that. I take Wood. He has the skills to hit this over. Timberwolves don't play much defense. We're taking it. Christian Wood over 22.5 points if you got it. If it's higher than that, I'm out. Last lean of the day before getting to my top 4 favorite player props. Pascal Siakam versus the Nets. I take his over 21.5, maybe 22.5 points. Don't have a line for him. Don't have any lines except for Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris is in this Raptors-Nets game. You look at Siakam, over 25 plus points in 3 straight games and 6 of his last 8. In the 2 games against Brooklyn this year, Siakam feasted 27 points, 33 points in the 2 matchups. Take the over again tonight. I don't think the Nets can stop him if he gets into the paint. I'm locking it in. Pascal Siakam, hopefully at the highest, over 22.5 points. But he's been unreal right lately. Wouldn't be surprised to see it higher. 22.5 is the highest line I feel comfortable with. Moving on to my 4th most favorite player prop of the day. Before we get into some spreads and over-unders, Yusuf Nurkic, over 25.5 points plus rebounds, or 13.5 points. Saw this on BetMGM, and I love it. He's absolutely destroyed the Grizzlies in their past 2 games. I believe he had 35 points and rebounds combined and 43 points and rebounds. He feasted on Jonas Valanciunas. Not a surprise there. Now he gets the Pacers, and man, if you're a big man, you love to play the Pacers. They do not have a big man. As I said, Sabonis and Turner both out. They're starting Jakar Sampson, who's 6'7", and not that good. Or they're starting Goga Bitadze if he is back, and he's not good either. I take Yusuf Nurkic over 25.5 points plus rebounds, or 13.5 points if you got it. I think he feasts. I think he destroys all of these lines tonight. He's been playing 28, 30 minutes a game. Blazers need a win, and they're going to be playing against the Pacers team. Doesn't play a whole lot of defense. I'm locking it in. Yusuf Nurkic over 25.5 points plus rebounds. Moving on, 2 over-unders. And if you're saying I'm going too fast, there's a recap on our callonourshot.com website. Check that out. Celtics versus Thunder. I'm taking the under. I looked at it, and I'm going back to one of my trusty steeds, which is the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I'm taking unders in their game. They scored a big 90 points yesterday. Great job, guys. Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker both will be out. Consider Jaylen Brown's over, but it's 26.5 points. Didn't really want to go up that high. I think this game super slow paced. You look at the Celtics playing the best defense in the NBA, arguably, at least points per game wise over this span of this month. I think they'll clamp up this Thunder lineup, try to win on their defense, locking it in. Celtics Thunder under 219 points. That was the line I saw on OddsShark, so we're rolling with it. Blazers Pacers taking the over 226 points. I've seen the Blazers play defense, and that's all about I need to see. I've also seen the Pacers play defense. Yeah, not much of it. Last year, these two teams played. Final score 139 to 129. Dame Lillard had 50 points. That's what these two teams are capable of. You've seen the Pacers. They're allowing the Magic to score 113 points. Pacers are playing super fast, super well. I take the over. Blazers, and specifically Damian Lillard, need to get back on track. Yusuf Nurkic should destroy this Pacers interior defense. I'm locking it in. Moving on. Blazers, Pacers, over 226.5 points. Parlay of the daytime, my three favorite player props. Draymond Green, over 18.5 rebounds and assists. Yusuf Nurkic, over 25.5 points plus rebounds. And Giannis, over 11.5 rebounds. Wouldn't mind putting Brogdon in there. Brogdon is my fourth favorite play of the day, but I didn't want to put that much pressure on him because I know he has the capability to hurt me good. Wouldn't be surprised. Moneyline parlay, taking the night off because I hate betting moneyline parlays. I hate betting money lines and spreads in the NBA. It's so hard to predict. You see the Jazz lose. I don't know what that was, but obviously there's just upsets every single night in the NBA, and I don't really. It's a hard gauge on those, and it really feels like I'm just throwing a dart. And you don't normally get great odds on them. A recap of all the plays, and you can check it out at callingourshot.com. Draymond Green over 18.5 rebounds and assists, arguably my favorite. Giannis over 11.5 rebounds. Yusuf Nurkic over 25.5 points plus rebounds. Brogdon over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Blazers, Pacers over 226.5 points. Celtics, Thunder over under 219 points. What else we got in here? Then we have those Pascal Siakam, Christian Wood, and Kevin Porter lines. Still not sure if we'll take them. We'll have to see what the lines come out. And that will do it for all the plays for today. Got to go take out some more bags of Paul George. No cap. Check out our website if you want a recap of all the picks. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Calling a Shot. Really appreciate all you guys' support. Over 4,000 subscribers. I said that yesterday. You guys have been killing it. Click that like button if you haven't already. This has been Austin. I will catch you guys again tomorrow. And I hope I don't have to come back with this shirt on again because garbage doesn't pick up for another week. So we might be piling it up if that happens. But this has been Austin. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.